I used to, I considered myself special. And I became special in a prison cell because I thought that I had figured out how to succeed, how to transition successfully once I was released from prison. Because the biggest fear, or the thing that's talked about the most in prison, is that they don't want us out there. We can't get a job, can't do so many things that we feel so limited. And then when you get close to that door to coming home, that's when it really hits you. Where I'm going to live. Like for me, I had to use somebody else's address because where my mother lived at, I couldn't return back to. So, in all actuality, when I came home, I was homeless, right? Because the policy says that I'm convicted of a felony that I can't live on the property that I was born and raised in. But I thought I was special because I said, all right, if I can't get a job because of my felony convictions, then how am I supposed to survive when I get out of there? And I got in the college program in business management, and I learned when they start talking about like supply and demand, I knew that. So what I discovered is everything that I learned from the streets, that if I just make it legit, that I will be able to successfully transition. And plus in DC, I'm allowed to vote. So when I came home, I started the Carey Enterprises. And I've been on several television shows. My work, one of my trades is poetry. My work is being used in schools in other countries and schools in this country. So I thought I was special because I didn't have to go apply for a job and know that I'm going to be told no, but I have to do it. But this is the crazy thing. The same places that wouldn't hire me as an employee hire me to come in and do training, hire me to come in and do workshop. So I thought I was special. Then not too long ago, I went to the Maryland's Board of Education to try to do the fingerprints so I can go on trips with my 7-year-old son. And they denied me. I've been home almost 13 years. Awards and recognition from the Senate, the Congress, the community. My work is being used in classrooms. I'm brought in to speak to at-risk youth. I'm used in several settings as the example of what somebody coming home can achieve, can be, but I can't even go on a trip with my son. So, because of collateral damage, I'm not even to exercise my full right of being there for my son. And people say in our communities that African American men don't represent enough. I was violent as a juvenile, not going to deny that. Multiple felony convictions, went to prison at the age of 16. But that's who I was back then. I left that in those institutions where they told me that I was going to return back to. I told them they might as well give my bed up because I'm never coming back. But now to tell me, if my son going to the zoo, public place, I can't act as a chaperone. So my son can see that I'm there, so other children can see that there is a positive male, African American male for my son and other African American kids. So I thought I had escaped all of this because I'm from DC, so I can vote. I talk to employees that try to help other individuals get jobs, so I thought I was above all of that. But I see every day the struggles that individuals face in trying to get a job. It's even hard for even get certain cleaning jobs because of your felony conviction. And then back to not being allowed to go on the trips, I thought that was limited to if you had charges, sexual charges or abuse charges. I have none of that. But they tell me there are other criteria that will prevent you from volunteering, going on a trip with your child. So the most important thing that all of these steps need is you. We need your voice. We need you to talk to the people that live in your house, your neighbors, your community, all of the stakeholders that you are in contact with. Ladies and gentlemen, I haven't committed a crime since the age of 16. But I still can't accompany my child, on a trip to the zoo. I can take him there if it's me and him, but I can't go with his class. The same school that I came in as a speaker. Not that they deny me, but the process of becoming a volunteer denied me. So if I could be denied something as small as that, imagine with all of these individuals who get up, come home from parole, are eagerly and desperately trying to get a job, can't be hired because of felony convictions. So that's telling us that we aren't supposed to eat, that we aren't supposed to be able to go to a grocery store and buy bread. We have to feed ourselves. We have to clothe ourselves. We have to find housing. Now, just imagine me. I'm one person, and my mother's community probably have maybe 2,000 or 3,000 residents. Probably 20% of the men, adult men, have been convicted of something, but they can't come and live there. Where are we supposed to go? How are we not supposed to prey on the public when everything that we're trying to do in a positive, productive way is denied, denial after denial? How are we supposed to survive? I thought entrepreneurship was the route. But that was avoiding the problem instead of addressing the problem head on. Individuals need jobs. Individuals need the opportunity to at least get in the interview process and let something other than my criminal record decide if I'm qualified or not to hold this job. Because again, I do trainings now in places that wouldn't hire me as an employee. So how you gonna come now? You're gonna tell me that I'm not qualified to be an employee when the same skill set that I use as an entrepreneur I would have used as an employee. So what we need, again, more than anything, we need your passion, because my passion alone isn't enough, because the first thing they do is look at my background. But we need you. We need every ounce, every inch of you, every thought, every dream that you have to make this world a better place. That's what I want. And most individuals that were in prison with me out of 11 institutions that I've been in, most of those guys wanted to come home and do right. So now when I talk to them in parole settings, when they're about to violate, it was like, what was I supposed to do? I can't get a job. How am I supposed to compete when most of the people with degrees and never been incarcerated can't even get a job? So when I'm compared up with somebody with a master's or a bachelor's, I definitely lose out. So it's hard for individuals now to even get construction jobs, to work at McDonald's. Ladies and gentlemen, you have the ability to support this, to help bring this, help this to become law, where individuals like me can have the same rights to live a productive life as you have. Take the limitations off of us. But the main thing with me, regardless of the obstacles, I'm going to find a way to overcome. But I can't say the same for all the individuals that are in the same circumstances and situations that I am. But your voice. Together, we can really change how reentry and second chance work. Because I am a product of what having a second chance can reap. I'm successful. I do just about everything that I want to do except go on a trip with my son. Thank you.